Okay, welcome back. Just a random unboxing. Nothing special, but I thought you might be interested to see what's in the box. Alright, let me get the wrapper off. Okay, wrapper off. Let's get into it. Let's see what lies beneath the surface. You know, for such a well packaged parcel, the contents aren't that exciting, really, but it's all content, it's all packaging I can use, reuse, and yeah, let me show you what I picked up. Alright, we've got 3 Max Steel figures and a bag of accessories. So let's start with the accessories first. Other people in the community, there's a lady called Bev that I've been buying a few bits off recently, has been using these bodies, and they are a cheap alternative to the Blue Pants Eagle Eye figures, or the original figures. And yeah, I've shown before with this guy how to use the original Eagle Eye heads on these Max Steel bodies. But yeah, just this was a nice lot with some stuff in. I thought, yeah, I can use some of these bits. Got some shoes, weird types of shoes. What are they? Like those shoes with the springs, hop along shoes. I don't know, but pair of trainers, they're not too bad. The only problem with these Max Steel figures is the feet are rather small, as you can tell from the shoes. If I show you, is there any Action Man boots around here? Well, yeah, if you just put them up side by side, you can see there's quite a bit of difference. This is kind of Action Man foot size, and like Max Steel foot comes to about there. They're very small. They're nice trainers, like those sneakers, whatever you want to call them, or skateboard helmet, which kind of looks like a Tron-esque helmet, hockey helmet. One day I might put, I think I'll put a kind of sort of tribute to Tron figure together. This is some weird either torture device or horseshoe applying thing. I don't know. Yeah, I've got the skateboard, got the shorts, got like some sort of waist, leg straps, goes around the waist, and you can stick things on it. So that's, maybe it'll come in useful for something, who knows. But yeah, the listing was, it was a cheap lot, and I thought, why not grab some more of these bodies, because they are, I've got many more heads than bodies. So as you can see from the size of the feet, they're really small. Right, there's the shoe there now. It looks a bit better, compared to the other one. It's like there's not enough foot there for it to balance, really. You need some sort of shoes. But yeah, they're decent enough figures. You got the waist, you can do the splits, you can do the Van Dams, backwards and forwards, but there's no sort of swivel. That's the only thing for posing. But other than that, the top, the articulation is good. You know, it's got hands that grip, sort of Action Man style weapons pretty well. This one's got some weird sort of t-shirt, which is okay. And yeah, it will just be used as a donor body for, you know, like a custom Action Man. Not sure what, but that's one figure. One of the figures here has a set of shoes on, so yeah, again, repaint those. Don't know if I'll use the shorts. I think this looks like it might come off this. Don't know what the figure originally had with it, but it's kind of some, you know, you could do some sort of Mad Max style, I don't know, sci-fi character maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted these bodies for that, you know, for the bodies, because they're cheap and cheerful. And again, this one's kind of some sort of, I don't know, cybernetic jobby, cyberpunk maybe, with all the circuitry. You can see all that sort of tattooed circuitry on there. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it just gives me ideas. You know, some of these Action Man heads that I've got around going spare, I think will work on something like this. And the skin tone as well also sort of matches up pretty well with the vintage heads, different tones and stuff. That's a pretty good match. So yeah, just a little tip for you. I don't want to drive the prices of these up, but I'm sure other people have been using them. It's a slightly different connection, as I've shown before, to you know, traditional Action Man heads, and you have to sort of modify there. It's got that sort of thing there, which I use these vape juice bottles caps, the lids, and Dremel them down, but I'm sure you could find other alternatives that will fit. I'm sure there's stuff out there, but this is what, you know, this is just what I found that works for me. Can't get the bloody thing out there, but you can see it's just a lid that will grip onto there. I know if I push that, it's just going to go up inside the, yeah, it's just going to go up inside, so I need to take that off. Give me a second. Okay, after much messing about, you can see it's just a lid, hollowed out, sanded down, and that clicks on there. Then the eagle eye head will go on, and you've got full range of movement still. Well, enough for posing anyway. So that's that. That's why I picked up these bodies, and yeah, I'll come back at some point when I've put them to use. I'm in no major rush. I have got a load more bodies sitting here. Oh god, I'll show them in another video, and a whole load more in a massive box. It's getting out of control. I might have to relist some of them just to get rid of them. It gives me anxiety having so much stock, or whatever you want to call it, or just so much expenditure on this stuff. It kind of becomes a bit of an obsession. But yeah, I think what I'll probably do is just I'm trying to avoid things. I'm trying to avoid eBay. I'm trying to avoid Facebook. But yeah, even if there's bargains out there, I think I've had enough for now. I need to focus on other things and let other people get some of these things out there. I think I've got enough to do me and to keep me busy. I need to put my energies into other things. You know, there's only so many figures you can have and so many you can display. I may sell some of them on. There's no point in them sitting in boxes and, you know, not being enjoyed. I'd rather give some away to people that are maybe can't afford or just getting into collecting. Start somebody else's obsession. But yeah, if you're just looking for a money saving tip, these bodies, Max Steel bodies, with a bit of work, as you can see here, can be quite presentable. They've got a bulkier physique than the dynamic physique figure from Palitoy. And yeah, I know old school collectors would be like, no, I'm not using those, but you know, the Palitoy bodies are going from anywhere. Some people are selling them for like 30, 35, 45 on eBay, 60. You know, some people are scalping, you know, for a body where you can pick up like these bodies for like, I think those were, I don't know if it was 3 for about 12 quid, something like that, 15 quid delivered, something like that. So, you know, it's a big saving. And they're just as good, if not better in some regards. They haven't got as much posability, but there's a lot less to go wrong with them. You know, the rubber hands on the like the Action Man hands can get damaged. These ones are quite sturdy. I say posability is pretty much identical except for the swivel at the top of the hip. But yeah, they're a bulkier body. Unfortunately, it's got this thing that can't be removed, but if you've got clothes on, like jackets and jumpers, you're not going to notice that. And yeah, if you're army building, it's a cheap way to do it. And as you can see here, I've used one with the Intruder figure, and I really love that figure. I think it'll come out really good. So yeah, I might make a few more of these in the future. I've only got the one head, but I could recast it. No plans to do it at the moment, so don't message me. I had somebody messaging me for Robocop parts the other day. Yeah, if I can, I will. But yeah, somebody wanted the 3D print file, and I haven't got any 3D print file. It's all handmade, you know, by making a mould and casting each one at a time, and I haven't got any spares. So if you're watching this, I can't be bothered to explain it all via Instagram. But yeah, it's a bit of a mad video, this one. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, which might be very soon. as I'm filming this, I might record the next one, get a load of these videos done, so I can move on to other things that need doing. But yeah, thanks again. Leave a comment down below, like, share and subscribe if you like all that shit. If not, thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.